Welcome to the video, welcome. In this video I'm just having my cup of tea and also I've got a little bowl of fried rice here, chicken and egg. It's a bit spicy with some chili peppers in, but listen, I want to talk about something briefly. This is only a little bit of food here. This was from a bigger meal, but excuse me. I've just woken up on this rainy, relaxing day off. When I wake up each day, the first thing is I'm not really that hungry. I don't really have a breakfast. Now, I would rather some cereal. But in this part of the world, at least for the last 18 years of my experience, you're going to have what there is in your vicinity as well. So I've got a bowl of spicy, hot, fried rice to wake up to. Nice, but not for breakfast. Now, you know, it's either this or just some hot bowl of water with rice in. To be honest with you, that doesn't really do it for me. And sandwiches, very, very uncomable. Very hard to get hold of. To make a sandwich, you may as well be a dreamer in the rainforest with the tribes trying to explain it to them. Because they eat other stuff and you can't get hold of bread nor cheese in the rainforest, as far as I know. Now, all that aside, most people are unaware that you're living in cuckoo land. I'd say less than one flew over the cuckoo's nest in this case. Or rather, a multitude of ones. This world we're living in, or rather the fake world, the society, is tricking you left, right and centre and robbing you of your time. On this planet, trust me when I say that the years go by and you'll realise more so as those years become history. In the moment you don't realise sometimes what's going on. Time is passing and the whole world most of the world doesn't realise that they're trapped in another man's clueless ideas, or as in another human being's clueless ideas. I say clueless because they have a plan and an intent, but there's no real thought behind this doing, this way of trying to control humanity. There's no logic at all. There's no thought behind it, no acceptance, no realization of truth, of reality. You think you earn a living from another human being. You use your time and energy to work. Don't get the words confused and twisted. I said work. Mechanically, whether you've been brainwashed to think that there's some kind of responsibility behind it, what you do, or worth, value. The fact is you work mentally and physically, you burn up yourself. And you keep this pit of trash filling up. You know, this pit of trash they try to make each generation of the human society by chucking away the years of existence that you're on this planet, telling you that you earn a living. Well, you can do great things if only you try harder. When you're following, all I see when I think of if you had to draw a picture of humanity in society, I'm saying, not following nature, the truth. But if you say a picture of society, in my mind, an image of society that does not follow nature is just a picture of two legs hanging out the back of a dust cart. You know, I don't know what they call them in other parts of the world. Back in England, we've always called them dust carts in the back. You know, those big the rubbish trucks that take out the rubbish, you know, the trash. So what do you live for? You live for money? Shame, 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 absolute shame. When I hear someone say, oh, of course, you want to enjoy your money, yes. But no, there is no enjoyment in money. There's enjoyment in life. You are always the self. Unless your mind flies out of life into the realms of death, you are the self. But do you know it? To believe that you earn a living from other human beings? What? Wasn't you allowed to live before you did their work? I'm not talking unrealistic, I'm talking fucking real to you. Good luck is what I wish upon the human race. You wake up tomorrow morning, or whatever time it is, and you go to do that work. Do that work all day long, or for hours. You complain and you moan about it, or just get on with it either way, but you just do that. There's competition with people, battles with the mind of the words, even in the household, it spews out into the household, so families have disputes, there's stress, there's this idea of this image in your mind of a position of and responsibility and where is it, and you blame each other for having a lack of responsibility and fight, and couples fight and talk about money and all the rest of it. But they don't really understand what survival means. They don't even understand the meaning of living. It's just, oh, you spent so much on this or that, or why don't you earn some more? There's no understanding of what earning means. So you don't earn anything for yourself. But there is only self behind all that bullshit. There's only the self. There's only the self. And you adopt all of these different ideas you take on board. The way the society is, the way people behave, culture. A made up set of behaviors is what culture is. A made up set of behaviors. A lot of things that human beings don't even think to understand, to know what they're doing. They're just following what everybody does. And that's the culture here. It's been that way for years, says a young person, because their generations have done that and that's all they know. If the culture was the norm to every day before breakfast dance in the kitchen with machine guns at age 5, then they wouldn't think it'd be strange. Probably is in some countries normal to them. You know, if it was the culture, the tradition, or whatever you want to call it, the norm to paint your face every with different colours or some kind of face paint every Saturday evening and go to visit a relative, then that would be the norm. And if word was spewed that, it's bad luck to not do so, and it may be seen very offensive. It's just complete and utter nonsense because animals don't make this up. When you think about this, what we make up sometimes is complete and utter nonsense. What do you live for? What are the materialistic things you have? What does that change about you? All you really are, a lot of the time, if you look and see if this is the case with you. But a lot of people can look into themselves and see, is what I'm saying, they should do. Are you or aren't you a bag of complete fear? You may act tough, you may think yourself big and in control, but fear ultimately that makes you talk, whether from your mouth, from your actions, from your body language, from your thoughts in your mind, still talking about how you're going to plot and plan and what's the way to deal with things and cope. You're just a coping on an icy slope almost. You're just, life's not easy. Is it easy for you? You hear the toughest people, they come across so tough that they talk about how life's not been easy for them, and they've got something to talk about now. They've been brag about how amazing they are doing difficult things. And at the same time, they'll say they're not afraid of anything now. Nothing bothers them. If something isn't such a way, why do you need to advertise it? If something is such a way, why you don't need to advertise it? A lot of the time, people behave a certain way or say certain things because they're covering up something. And I believe most of the world, I believe, in their unnatural behaviour and antics in the form of modern day, whatever you want to call it, the world's modern day way of living or culture. Culture, yes. That's a cover up. That's a foggy thing, like just saying we're just going to go along with this and that's all we know how things are. And they don't realise, they don't look into the fact that there's a human life here just wasting away. Trees don't have that. Animals don't have that. What are we then? Really clever? Does this show our superiority that we're able to create such nonsense? As an animal, as a species? I don't follow that world out there, that shit. I follow true nature, true truth. I'm free, I'm peaceful, and if you'd like to know more, I could share more here in videos. But I'm not of that world a certified psychologist, psychiatric doctor, no, or anything like that. Not only that, I'm not the master of knowing when it comes to you and how you can know yourself in the mind and body. But as a free human, free at least inside, someone who is able to detach and not have emotional exhaustion, I could tell you things that may help you to free yourself, to open the door and go back into, to go back into the true you, the true life. I'm doing some good stuff. And with that, we'll stop this video and I'll finish my tea. We'll do some exercise later on and get on to whatever else. I'm going to be doing meaningful things all day. Not wasting my time on that fucking society out there.